Former Trump senior economic advisor and author of The Trump Economic Miracle and the Plan to Unleash Prosperity Again, Stephen Moore. Stephen, it's crazy, but it's actually kind of a brilliant scheme.
You know, it was all planned. You know, I remember when we had the debate, what was that, 15 years ago, Carl, on Obamacare, and we made all sorts of claims that what would happen, that it would lead to the moment we're in right now, that prices. I love that chart, by the way, Carl, that you showed. What was it? 370%. I forget the number. 300% increase in healthcare costs since we passed the Affordable Care Act. I think maybe we should call it the Unaffordable Care Act now. But we also said that this would inevitably lead to that's an incredible chart. I mean, look at that, folks. At the moment that they said they were going to cut costs, they went up and up and up and up. And that's always what happens when you have the government take over an industry. And now we're at a point where we're basically 60% of the healthcare industry is now government. Yeah. It's been taken over by government, and Bernie Sanders and Ocasio-Cortez, they want it to go 100%, and they're getting their way with this. The Republicans cannot cave on this. It is so important. I want to make one other quick point. You know, over the next 10 years, we are expected to spend $84 trillion at the federal level. $84 trillion, and the Republicans want to cut a measly 1.5% out of that. 1.5% out of this mountain of money, and the Republicans, so that's what we're debating about. 2% cut. We should be cutting the budget by 20%.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we are talking about some rookie numbers here. And this Canada, they just poked the bear. President Trump obviously terminated trade talks after the Ontario Premier Doug Ford, remember his brother was like the cocaine mayor, decided to run a $75 million anti-tariff Trump ad, and the ad used very selectively edited clips from a radio speech of Reagan in 1987 on free trade and fair trade and things like this. Trump was so annoyed by this and naturally was like, you know what, you guys want to run stuff like this? I'm done. We're not going to have any more of these conversations. And all of a sudden, Canada was like, oops, maybe we should pull the ad. And as of Monday, the ad will no longer be airing.
Well, listen, it's very simple. And as you know, Carl, I am a free trader. I do believe in free trade, but I admire what Trump is doing in terms of trying. All he is asking for with these countries is a level playing field. Mm-hmm. That's all he wants. Just treat us fairly. And these countries have much higher, they got 80, 90% tariffs on our agricultural products, our dairy products, many of our manufactured items. Mm-hmm. And it just isn't a fair deal. And so for them to run these ads is spurious because all they have to do is just lower their tariffs on us, and we will have a freer and fairer trade situation. But they don't want to do that.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. The other thing, too, is like Canada's got $1 point something trillion, $2 trillion GDP. We have $30 trillion. Like, right. Come at me, bro. What do you have? Trees and maple syrup.
Well, see, this is the point that Trump has understood something that no previous president has understood, which is the United States has leverage. We are the hub of the world economy, and every other country is a spoke. Mm-hmm. And so if they want their economy to perform, they have to trade with the United States. Yeah. And Trump is using that leverage to get better deals for America, and I'm all for that.
The other thing is Trump's going. He took off. He's going to Asia. Okay, markets apparently are loving this. They saw the inflation data, which came in. There was less inflation than expected. However, Trump goes over there. The markets look optimistic to the fact that Trump is going to cut a deal with China while he's gone in the next 5 days. Your prediction, sir?
You never know with China. I mean, look, you have to be very careful with China. They are the new evil empire, in my opinion, Carl. And you just can't trust these people as far as you can spit. But my God, how about this economy right now? Record high stock market. We got a really good inflation report today showing we're bringing inflation down to half of what it was under Joe Biden. Mm-hmm. We're seeing $3 a gallon or less gasoline across the country. We're seeing jobs come back in a big way. Our investment numbers are fantastic. I mean, that's a lot in 9 months.
Yeah, no, it really is. Well, Stephen Moore, we do appreciate it very much, sir.
Thank you.
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.